Hello guys, today we're going to proceed with Barron's Essential Words for IELTS Unit 9 Text 3. On the left hand side we have a text which calls Educating the Gifted. On the right hand side we have a task. Let's read the task. Answer the questions about educating the gifted. Questions 1 to 9. Complete the summary using words from the list below. Gifted children are children with talents. Which kind of talents? So we're going to figure it out. So our keyword is going to be talents. I'm not highlighting gifted children because whole text just contains information about gifted children. So we're going to focus on main keywords, which is talents. So let's scan the text and then let's try to find any information about talents. So on the first paragraph, there is no information about talents. We go further on the second paragraph. So yeah, as you can see, no information about talents. So we go further. Everywhere it was saying about gifted students, gifted children. So that's why we don't focus on that, and we just try to find any information about talents. So as you can see on the last sentence here, we have some information about talents. Let's read this sentence. The schools that serve the poorest areas often dedicate efforts towards remedial teaching rather than accelerated curriculum, and the students with extraordinary talents are often not recognized. Gifted children are children with extraordinary talents. So the answer to the first question is going to be extraordinary. So we're going to highlight this word extraordinary. So okay, I'll highlight that way. Okay, fine. Let's go further. Their talents may be artistic or academic. There are different levels of giftedness. The most gifted children are called some kind of gifted, but very few children are so gifted. So let's highlight our keywords. So as I was saying about gifted, and let's focus that few children are that kind of gifted. So we're gonna figure out from the text which kind of children called some kind of gifted. So let's scan the text and try to find any information about gifted children, and focus our words of few children. So on the second paragraph we have some, when we scan it, we have some information about gifted children. So and it was saying that very few courses, because they were saying about fewer, but it's about education programs. So on the second paragraph was saying about IQ of children, and when you read this sentence about gifted children, which we highlighted, and which kind of gifted children? Profoundly gifted children have IQs over 180, or about 1 in a million children. So it's really few of them. It's it's about 1 in a million children. So what kind of children? Profoundly gifted children. So the answer to the second question is going to be profoundly. So let's highlight it here, not to use it for the second time and not to get confused. Let's go further. It's more common to see gifted children, and it is easier for teachers to them. So it's common to see exactly. So here our keyword is gonna be so about gifted children again. To see it is common. So this is a tricky one, and we have to find any information about gifted children. But here in the second part we have the word teachers, and I recommend to focus on it, and it helps us to find any information about the gifted children, because we have too much information about gifted children in the text. So let's scan further and let's try to find information about gifted children. So we have here about teachers. Let's highlight this word, and let's, since they are mentioned about teachers, let's try to let's read this sentence. Teachers are more likely to recognize moderately gifted children because they are ahead of the other children, but not so far ahead as to be unrecognizable. So they recognize moderately gifted children. Which kind of children? To say gifted children, moderately gifted children. So the answer to third question is going to be moderately. So moderately gifted children. We're going to highlight it here. So we go further. To do what? It was in the same sentence, and it was saying to recognize them. To do what? To recognize by teachers. And here we're saying easier for teachers. As you can see, easier means more likely. So it's like a synonym, and it's gonna be our main approval that we are using the right answer. And the answer to the fourth question is gonna be recognize. And we go further. There are the children who are ahead of their something, but not too far ahead. So they were saying about children again, and they were ahead. And this is gonna be our keywords. And we go further, and then we scan the text, and we just to try to find information about the time. So here there is information about ahead, but let's read this sentence. So teachers are more likely to recognize moderate or gifted children because they are ahead of other children, but not so far ahead as to be unrecognizable. But nothing about but not far ahead of who. So they are saying about someone, not about something. That's why we'll go further and try to find information about children. So here they were saying about gifted children one more time. And there is a comparison like then. And here it's comparison again as in this sentence. So let's read this sentence. At the time, social scientists noted that gifted children often speak, read, and move at an earlier age than their peers. So there are the children who are ahead of their peers, but not too far ahead. So answer to the fifth question is going to be peers. Let's highlight it. And let's go further. These children are more likely to be something from regular classes to classes where a special something for the gifted is taught. So our keywords here is gonna be classes. We're gonna highlight this word classes to classes. So, and a special something is special something which is taught for gifted children. So we're gonna try to scan the text and try to find any information about these classes. So let's scan from the beginning, and let's try to find any information about classes. So as you can see here, there is in this sentence there is a word classes. Let's read this sentence. So For instance, children who can read all the children books in first and second grade are often transferred into gifted classes, but children who are reading adult books are told to stop reading them. Oh. So they are just transferred from class to class, basically. So the answer to the sixth question is going to be transferred. They are transferring that kind of children from one class to another class. And where special, they have some special something which they are taught. So we're going to focus on the word special and the classes, but there is no information anything about classes here in the text, and that's why we go further and let's try to find information about classes. So here they were saying about grouped, which is class, group, class, and about taught, because it said it's taught here, and we are repeating that word here one more time with no synonyms. And a special something, special curriculum. So let's read this sentence. It gifted students who were grouped together and taught a special curriculum earned 50 times more doctoral degrees than gifted students who were not given an enriched curriculum. So the answer to the seventh question is going to be curriculum. So they have special curriculum for gifted children. So we go further. When schools something programs to gifted education, the participants do well in school. When these programs are cut, the children appear to lose interest in school learning and their levels of something decline. So we're going to focus on our keywords, and here it's going to be some kind of programs, and which are so cut and school. Our keyword is gonna be schools. So it means that we have to find our keyword school in the text where exactly it's mentioned about schools. Let's scan from the beginning and we come to the end, and at the end of the text we have some information about schools. So let's read this sentence. Identify gifted students who attend schools without any program for the gifted show a steady decrease in motivation in the test scores between first and the sixth grade. So here further we have also information about schools. The schools that series the poorest areas often dedicate their efforts towards remedial teaching rather than accelerated curriculum, and the students with extraordinary talents are often not recognized. So of course they all dedicate. In that case, the answer to the 8th question is going to be dedicate. I'm going to highlight it here. And we'll go further. When these programs are cut, the students appear to lose interest in school learning and their levels of something decline. So they were saying about cutting off something, about losing interest and decline of something. So we have to focus on our keywords and try to find any information about it in the text. So we scan further and we try to find information about these all keywords. So when we say decline, it means decrease. Right here we have some information about decrease and some information about cut, that programs have been cut. Let's read this sentence, it seems interesting. When gifted programs have been cut, parents of the participants have reported decrease in inquisitiveness, motivation, and energy levels in their children, and simultaneous withdrawal from the classroom experience. So they have decrease in inquisitiveness. So the answer is gonna be inquisitiveness, and I'm gonna highlight it here. So that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed, and this video is helpful for you to train, to practice with your IELTS. So have a good day. Good luck with your IELTS exam. Bye.